Mis panchicos, ustedes pa' Juan, primeramente, saludos y respetos going out to everyone tapping in. This is gonna be Haydock Jr.High School 1999. 1999. So today I'm gonna talk about the gangueritos from the COCH that was right there actively representing in an arbitrary fashion. And I'm gonna let you know straight up, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, I'm not gonna withhold any information, none of that. It's gonna be fair and square. Keep in mind that they did have like a little classroom in the back, bro. It was like it wasn't a continuation, but it was for like the little troublemakers that still didn't get kicked out from school. And I don't really remember who was really there, you know, because they never really let them out with us. They either came late, left early. I don't really know. So I'm just gonna talk about the dudes that were actually going to school with us. And so first off, primeramente, they had a little ganguerito named Manny. He was a year younger than me. And he, from what I've heard, you know, I didn't see him after junior high school, you know, but he was a down little vato, you know, and he ended up going to prison. I've heard his name, that he was circulating the pintas. I don't know how many years he did, but recently he stopped by and blessed the channel with some comments, you know, and so from what he said, he's doing good now, changed his life. I've never heard nothing bad about the dude, you know. Matter of fact, I seen his brother was doing good, you know, working todo pedo, you know. So with that being said, that was Manny, man. Besides Manny, there was a dude named Little Johnny, aka Little Youngster. He went by a different name, bro. He went by a different name back then, you know, but that's neither here nor there. So Johnny, I ended up running into Johnny in Wasco. I was doing a violation. I'm not sure if he was doing a violation. Back then it was a year flats. So if you get caught gang association, weapons, whatever, they're gonna give you anywhere from 10 to 12 months flat. That's what you're gonna do, dog, you know. And if you're serious or violent, you're not eligible for halftime. So back then I was stuck doing a bunch of months for violations, dog. So I was right there with the homie Angel Villa, rest in peace. And I seen this vato, he had his barrio right here. And I was like, oh, that fool's from the city, you know. So I went over there and he looked different, dog, because you gotta remember in junior high, dog, he was real small, you know, and a little güerito fool, you know. But now he had a brocha, and you know, he looked older. He was all, you know, he looked like they worked out, you know. And I was like, where I know this fool from, dog? And then I don't know if he told me his name, because he said Little Youngster, and I was like, orale. Or if I already knew that he was Johnny from Haydock. So anyways, you know, I ended up talking to him firme, you know, respectful. We didn't really kick it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and tell you that we're all firme, but I had a few conversations with him. I don't know where he's at now, but I do know that he did time, and I've never heard nothing bad about him as well. There was another dude named Johnny. He went by Phantom. He went to CYA. He did his time in CYA honorably, from what I've heard. However, once he got to prison, I'm not gonna lie to you and say I know exactly what prison that he went to, but from what I heard, he's a degenerate. Basically he dropped out. I don't know exactly why, so I'm not even gonna talk about that, you know. Keep in mind, bro, that there was a bunch of fools claiming, right? And I'm talking about a bunch of fools that ended up being irrelevant, you know. There was this dude named Matthew. I don't know what happened to him after junior high school. I've never heard. So I never heard of Matthew after junior high school. I don't know what happened to him. Hopefully he's doing good, you know. Hopefully he moved on, and there was this dude named Oscar. He called himself Knuckles. I don't know if the only time I've ever seen him after junior high school was at that fair, 2004. The enemies had just broke my windows to my car, so I was kind of, you know, a little aggravated. We went to the fair, me and my homeboy, and he was with a bunch of fools, you know, but I don't think they were real fools, because I ran into fools that, whether it's one of them or five of them, you know, they get crazy, bro. They get crazy. They'll fight. If they have a weapon, they will use it. They'll try to use it, you know. So I ran into that caliber of fools from the enemy side. I don't take nothing from them. But these fools that I ran into at the fair, they were just not with the full flex functions. Oscar was with them. I got in the middle because, you know, I was mad because my windows were broken, whatever, you know. I was ready to take off on whoever, you know, but they went around me and it just made a big old scene, and that's the last time I ever seen Oscar. I don't even know if he's like a real gang member, or because I've never heard of him in jail, never, nothing. But once again, you know, we're older now. All that's water under the bridge. Hopefully he's doing good, you know. I'm pretty sure he moved on with his life, because he's not around, you know what I mean? There was some dude named Michael. He was Caucasian. I don't even think he was like a real gang member, but I think he was more like a sympathizer towards their causa, you know. So I'm not even gonna. I ain't never heard of that fool after that either. Okay, now there's Chavita. There was some dude named Chava. Now that fool was a hardcore G, you know what I mean? That fool was a hardcore G. We didn't get along. We had our own little personal, you know, personal pleito, whatever, you know, but I don't take nothing from that man. He was in juvenile halls. I heard he went to CYA. He performed. You know, he was outstanding in his performance. Tú sabes, you know. I don't know what happened to him after he got out from CYA, but I did time with his brother. His brother's a good homie too back then. Got to know him, you know. That's the thing, you know. Once you get to know your enemies, you find out that their background is just similar to yours. We're all Mexican, you know. We all like corridos. You know, this and that, you know, but yeah, Chavita, I don't know what happened to Chavita after he went to CYA. I've heard he got out from CYA, and I don't know what he did after that, but I didn't hear his name in prison, so hopefully, you know, he moved on with his life, and he did something good with his life as well. And that I could recall, from junior high, there was this dude named Jose. He calls himself Big Leo. And he wasn't claiming back then, but I seen him in county later on. And he was from Colonia. And a lot of people are telling me to make a video of all the gangeritos that were around back then. And there's just too many, bro. There's just too many. I would have to be right there like... And I don't even know what happened to most of them, unless they went to the system and I seen them in the system or whatnot, you know. But this one was just for 1999, Haydock Jr.High School. Dude, please forgive me if I forgot anyone that was relevant. If you went to Haydock back then and you know that I forgot someone that was relevant from the COCH that year, you know what? Just remind me, or let it be known in a comment. But before I close, I wanted to talk about the last little ganguerito that was hardcore. His name was Jeffrey. Jeffrey is a fool. He was a straight fool. And when I say fool, I'm talking about straight gangster. You know what I mean? I've never heard nothing really bad about him at all. I heard nothing but good things about him. I personally ran into him, and I'm not gonna speak on that one, because I did run into him in county jail, and he didn't want to hear it for whatever reason. You know, his case is complicated, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. You know, but he was a down ass fool. That fool was a down ass fool. He did his thing, you know. After like juvenile halls, I didn't really see him, you know. But in 2008, he ended up catching a capital murder case, and they ended up sending him to death row. So that's another hardcore ganguerito that was for the COCH, you know. And with that being said, if I forgot anyone, please let me know. Remind the viewers, and everybody have a good one, man. This is solid in respect, con respeto, and I say myself full. Thank you.